Councilmember Jose Huizar. This will be a committee of one. We have Mr. Alarcon visiting Washington, and Mr. Smith cannot make it today. City Clerk, can we call the first item, please?
Item number 1, discussion of the Bureau of Street Lighting's proposed 2010-11 budget, impact of the Early Retirement Incentive Program, and planned restructuring of Bureau operations and strategies for filling positions given the city hiring freeze and bargaining agreements requiring employees to agree to transfers to positions in other units.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. Eddie Bryamian, Director of Bureau of Street Lighting. Good afternoon, Council Member. As I mentioned last week at the Council meeting, Bureau of Street Lighting is fully special funded. We are funded from Street Light Maintenance Assessment Fund. So this budget actually is going to have minimum impact on our operations. We're still having difficulties backfilling our vacancies, but we're working with the personnel department to transfer some employees from general fund to some of our vacancies that we have. As far as the ERIP, the same thing. We have 24 employees who have filed for early retirement, and with that also we're working with CAO and personnel to see how many of those positions we can backfill with transfer from other general funded departments. Our budget mainly is a continuation of last year. We're continuing position and funding for our LED program, and also we're continuing position and funding for the wire theft program that we have. We're addressing the wire theft throughout the city. Other than that, we don't have any new requests as part of this budget. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Do you contract out for any tree trimming needs?
No, we don't. Actually, we have appropriations. We've had appropriations for last few years. Street Services has used to contract out for tree trimming needs. And that's only for improving illumination around street lights in the city. Again, our funding cannot be used for general tree trimming purposes.
Okay. And do you have any, are you taking in any previously funded general fund positions into your division?
Yes, we are.
And
We're in the process of, we have about 24 positions right now that are vacant, and we're in the process of working with the personnel department to make transfers from general funded positions.
Okay. Thank you. This was quick. I think a lot of it was taken care of at council when you presented those items, and the idea was mostly to have us flesh out some of the preliminary repercussions from ERIP and from the budget here, and then go to council. But we went to council first, so that's fine.
Yeah, we are minimum. The impact on us is minimum at this point.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
What's the proper procedure for this item?
Since it's just discussion only, there's nothing really to be done.
You want them to stay up there for the break.
Okay, next item.
Item number 2, city engineer report relative to the vacation of the alley southeasterly at Bixel Street from 6th Street to approximately 420 feet southwesterly thereof, vacation E140-1027. This report is a modification of a previous report.
No public comment on this item. Move this item to council. There's a report from the chair. Next item.
Item number 3, continued from March 3rd, 2010. Bureau of Street Services report in response to motion, Huizar Krikorian, relative to recommendations for providing the city with the information and resources necessary to ensure citywide consistency of permitting and operation of newsstands and related matters.
This is a great motion. We'll move this to full council. Chair report. We're going to move this to council. Any concerns from the divisions, from the departments? No? Okay, we'll move this to council. Thank you. Next item.
Item number 4, continued from November 18, 2009 and March 3rd, 2010. Bureau of Street Services report in response to motion, Cardenas Rosendahl, relative to the feasibility of expanding the current number of posted routes, miles of streets swept, and posting parking restrictions along any expanded posted street sweeping routes.
Okay, we'll take 4 through 7.
Yes.
All in one. All of them are related in one way or another.
Yes.
Okay.
Rosario Salcedo, Assistant Director, Bureau of Street Services.
Johnson County Bureau of Street Services.
Mhm.
These items all concerned of various sweeping programs from consolidating routes as well as expanding routes. The other, for one of the motion, involves combining street sweeping to include additional posted routes. The Bureau of Street Services currently has about 130 sweepers, which is staffed with approximately 80 motor sweeper operators. As previously stated before, that the Bureau is open to expanding routes based on if the funding comes available to do 100-mile programs. But in most of these cases, the suggestions would be additional staffing to fulfill the request.
Okay.
Yes, and again, in addition to what John just described, it is important, of course, to emphasize that the Bureau has recognized the areas already that could be using additional posting, but once again, it's a matter of identifying the funding to pay for the new signage and, of course, the equipment and the motor sweeper operators.
Okay. On all of these, I mean, there's some good ideas here, but it's just a matter of finding the funding to continue to do this. And,
Fortunately, that is the case.
yeah. And, all right. Item number 7, I understand that item, they're looking at that with, the CAO's looking at that within their set of recommendations, correct?
Yes, we're going to be working with the CAO to determine the parameters to determine if this is feasible or not. In our honest opinion, we feel that street cleaning is a core service of the Bureau of Street Services. Our sweeper operators have the expertise to not only street clean the streets, obviously, but they also support most of our resurfacing operations. Again, these sweeper operators are the same sweeper operators going to the profiling crews and paving crews. So we maximize the usage of these motor sweeper operators and the sweepers.
Okay. Well, thank you. I think that item there will wait the results from the CAO review, and we'll continue these items in the event any of them become timely through our budget deliberations. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman.
Next item.
Item number 8, Bureau of Street Lighting report relative to the LED street lighting energy efficiency program.
Thank you, sir. You're back.
Yes, we're back. Again, Eddie Bryamian, Director of Bureau of Street Lighting. About a month ago, we sent a mid-year status report regarding our LED street lighting energy efficiency program. As you know, the program started back in beginning of the fiscal year. Actually, we started implementing about September. And since then, we have retrofitted actually close to 10,000 lights as of now. The report has 8,700. That was a month ago, and now we are close to 10,000 lights throughout the city. And we are saving approximately $300,000 a year on the electricity with just those 10,000 lights at this point. Our proposal is to continue. It's a 5-year plan. We have 140,000 streetlights in the city that we have to convert. But instead of covering from one end of the city and go all the way down or the other way around, we decided to distribute the work among all the council districts. As of now, we have completed work in CD 12. We've completed work in CD 14. We've completed work in CD 1 and CD 8. Today, actually, we started retrofitting some streetlights in CD9. Now, again, this is not all the streetlights that you have in, let's say, Council District 14, but we just wanted to make sure we give a flavor of it to all the communities instead of starting from one end of the city. The plan is for the rest of fiscal year to continue distributing the work, giving the flavor to all the council districts. And then next year, our recommendation is to actually accelerate our program. The program has been so successful, the technology is working, the community feedback that we received is only very positive with all the retrofits that we've done anywhere in the city. Doesn't matter it's in the Valley, East LA, or anywhere that we've done the work. So our recommendation is to continue the work for this year, and for next year increase the conversion. The planned conversion was 30,000. For next year, we want to increase it to 40,000. Now, we will need, we have an MOU with the Department of Water and Power, who is funding our program right now. It's a loan, basically, and we're paying back with the savings that we generate from mainly energy, because every single retrofit that we do saves us approximately 56% on the electricity. So this program basically pays back for the loan for itself, and really we think after we pay back the loan, we will be able to save close to $10 million a year as part of this program with the street lighting operations that we have here in the city. So that,
Where do we get the loan from?
Department of Water and Power.
We got a loan from Department of Water and Power, and then
We have an MOU with the Department of Water and Power it's a 5-year MOU, so every year it's identified exactly how much they're supposed to fund our program, and we've already started paying back the loan that we obtained a few months ago. But for us to be able to accelerate the program, we need to probably go back to DWP and make changes to the second year disbursement and increase it so we can continue or accelerate the program. The MOU is based on 30,000 a year conversions for next year. I'm proposing to increase it to 40,000. And for that, we need to make a change on the loan itself also.
Okay. And in terms of your expediting, that's probably the capacity of what you can do, of expediting it? Can you do it
Well,
faster?
yes. We plan, obviously, we are not hiring from anyone from outside. So our plan is to use overtime. And also, we are getting help from hiring hall, union hall employees. Those are temporary workers that we bring on board, and they help us to get the work out, basically. Street lighting is we have electricians who need to have a combination of 1 or 2 or 3 personnel on a truck to be able to go out there. So for us, really, using union hall employees helps us a lot. So that's our plan for next year.
Okay, and if I don't ask this, my constituents will ask me why I didn't ask this. So where is CD 14 in this?
Well, CD 14, we just did it.
You just finished it.
Well, not the whole thing, but we've changed about 900 lights in CD 14.
Oh, good.
You're ahead of everyone else, Councilman.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. And of course, this doesn't deal with any copper wire thefts. That's a whole separate issue, right?
No, it's not. Copper wire theft, we have about 30 incidents. It has slowed down since we were here last, Councilman. We have about 30 incidents out there that we are aware of right now. It's about 300 to 400 lights. Those are, and we're trying to get to them as we go forward. But it has slowed down, and that's big news for us.
Well, thank you. Good. I think this is great. And any place where we could find money and help the environment, it's always a good day when we could say we're doing that. So we will approve this. And does this need to go to full council, the report? It's just a report, right?
Just a note and file.
Note and file. We'll note and file this item. Thank you for your good work.
Thank you very much.
You don't cost the city any money, and you're saving us money. That's
Yes.
good news.
But we need the loan from DWP. It's an energy efficiency loan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item number 9, Board of Public Works report relative to amending Los Angeles Municipal Code Section 41.70.3 to allow the 30-day impound of vehicles used to commit illegal dumping crimes.
Someone here to report on this? Okay.
good thing.
Good afternoon, Gary Harris, Bureau of Street Services.
Hello.
Before you, Councilmember, you have a proposal to amend our municipal code as it relates to the impound of illegal dumping vehicles. In 2003, the city enacted its first ordinance that authorized specified law enforcement officers the ability to impound vehicles when used in the commission of illegal dumping crimes. Unfortunately, after the ordinance was amended, several challenges and changes in state law invalidated the city's ordinance. In January of this year, the state enacted a new law that again grants this authority to specified law enforcement personnel to impound vehicles, but different from our existing ordinance, it only allows a 30-day impound in those cases where the person being arrested has a prior arrest for illegal dumping. It is necessary for us to change our ordinance to be the same as the state law and remove all language from our existing ordinance procedure and replace it with the language that is now authorized by California Vehicle Code Section 22659.5 that allows this 30-day impound in these specified circumstances. It is our request at this time that the city make this change and that this report be forwarded to the council and the city attorney so that our language can be consistent with that of the state.
Okay. Just a quick question. Given the number of citations we've given in the past, do we know more or less how many vehicles we might impound or what that may look like? How many of these?
The number of people who with priors is going to be relatively small.
Yeah.
It will be minimal, but we think that the deterrent effect of having this ordinance will be significant in aiding to reduce the illegal dumping problem.
Excellent. Any costs associated with advertising this? Are we going to put up signs or?
We do have a program where we currently have signs up in the top 50 locations.
Okay.
And we have a grant program that we're working with the Integrated Waste Management Board, or the Cal Recycle, as their name has been changed to, in order to post signage in those hot spots around the city.
To benefit from the deterrent effect. I mean,
Yes.
the deterrence is, we're going to let them know what the consequences are, and so that
Right, that their vehicle will be impounded.
Yep. Thank you very much. We'll forward this item to full council. I believe that was the last item on our agenda. Yes?
Yes, that's the last item.
Good work, everyone. Meeting adjourned.